Okay, I just want to show you the products that I use. I used to use the Acana puppy food, but they don't really like it. There's too much fish in it. But the Acana free run duck, my adults eat. It's super great for anybody who's got a finicky belly, which Shelby had and still does, but this makes sure that she eats everything great and doesn't throw up or anything. She used to bile vomit, which is something that Shih Tzus do. They just don't, if they leave their belly empty too long, then if they have a squeezy belly, they're going to vomit, and she's one of them that does. So it took me a while to find out a good food for her, and it was it was about 5 or 6 different kinds and flavors before I actually found it. And this is why it's so good, because it's 50% free run duck, 50% fruits and vegetables and botanicals, and there's no grain. No grain, no GMO, no potatoes, no gluten or plant protein concentrates. It's fresh Ontario duck and Okanagan pear. So it's pretty good. But I found, I tried From first because I Googled to see what is a good food for Shih Tzus, and it came up From. So then I said, where did I get it from? And it said Thunder Pet was the only store in Thunder Bay that had it. And I got it, but she didn't like it. And I got the Acana right after that, and she liked that. But what's so great about Thunder Pet is if you take a dog food, and like I bought 3 or 4 different kinds before I actually found Acana, and they buy the bag back, and then they resell it at a lower rate because of how much is gone from it. But like, I'd only take a third to a half of a cup out of it, and if she wouldn't eat it, it'd be sitting there all day, and if she wouldn't eat it, then obviously she didn't like it. But they really, really like the puppy food, the adults and the puppies, because it's naturally formulated with duck, chicken, lamb, whole eggs, real cheese, with added vitamins and minerals. And the adults will eat it. Although if I put the straight Acana duck food, adult food down, they totally will go and eat that. But the puppies really like the puppy food. I add this to their water. It's anti-plaque, and I use these for treats, for teaching them, or just as a treat because they're so small. And I use these, although it's Origin, it's almost exactly the same as Acana. The only difference is Acana is $1 or $2 cheaper, but they didn't have any. So you can use either one. And these are actually pretty cool. They're hunks of freeze-dried, very powdery, but the dogs love them. So just letting you know that those are the products that I use, in case you want to make sure that you've got the products that your puppy is already eating. Because you will get some of this puppy food to take home with you, simply because if you're going to use it, then it'll give you time to get some. And if you're not going to use it, if you're going to use a different kind, then you at least have enough to transition your dog into it. Because if you switch these babies straight over to some other kind of food, they'll get diarrhea. It's food transition, diarrhea, flu kind of thing. It can take them a couple days And they are seriously, if you ever seen an eagle squirting its poop out of a nest, that's how much they'll squirt. So if you're going to transition them slowly. Or buy a small bag of it and transition if there's not enough. But the From puppy food is not as expensive as the Acana food, but just by a couple dollars. But they really like that food. I mean, that's all they eat. That, and there's their water dish. And I always leave it out for them. I don't read the box and say, okay, you're only supposed to be having a cup a day. I'll give it to you 2 or 3 times through the day. I fill the bowl and I refill it when it starts to get empty. What are you doing, Shelby? Shelby and Mika having mom-daughter wrestle around time. But this is nap time for them. So I don't want to disturb them. And see, little girl is always off on her own. S'mores is usually the one that's awake longer. Actually, so little girl is sometimes too. But I hope everybody has a great day.